Okay. Okay. Right. So welcome to today's product marketing masterclass. This is the first masterclass of Tenfold Media, and I am honored to be the one to take you guys through this journey of what product marketing is all about. I hope that by the end of this class, you would get insight as to how best you want to move career-wise if you want to become a product marketing manager or you want to add this particular skill to your already existing list of skills and how you can, push yourself forward career-wise. So the whole point, when we came together as a team to think of a masterclass to come up with for the year 2024, the couple of topics that we wanted to discuss, share with people, product marketing stood out because like you would find out in the course of today's class, every company has a product and every company wants to make money by selling their products. So it's not as simple as creating a product and then giving it to whoever you think should buy your products. There are a whole lot of process in between creating a product and making money from that product. There are a lot of processes in between those 2 points. And product marketing is one of the things that take the bulk of the steps in between that process, from when you want to create a product to when you want to sell that product. So this masterclass really is just going to give us an understanding, of what product marketers do, what product marketing manager does, how they are able to help push a product out there. So, brief overview, a brief outline. Today we'll be discussing an introduction to product marketing. What really is product marketing? We keep talking about product marketing. I'm sure a lot of people will be wondering what's the difference between product marketing and conventional marketing, or a marketer that is out there, or even the pepper seller that is by our street selling pepper. What is that thing that makes us different from every other marketer, or marketer in quotes, out there? Then we would also discuss the 4 Ps of marketing. What are P? What do this? What does the word P mean in this context? What are those 4 Ps of marketing, and how relevant are they to a product marketer, a product marketing manager? Then we would also want to understand marketing funnel. I'm sure many of us who work in a couple of industries, financial services, tech, we hear marketing funnel, and I'm sure you might be curious, what exactly is this marketing funnel all about? So why do I even need to know about it? Can't I just sell my product without having an understanding of what marketing funnel is all about? So today we will delve into an understanding of marketing funnel. Then creating go-to-market strategy. I think that speaks for itself. Go-to-market strategy, you have a product. Now you want to take it to the market. What's the strategy now you would use to take that product to the market? So if you have product A, and you have product B, is it the same strategy you would use for both products? Right. So when you understand what it means to create a go-to-market strategy, you know how to tailor your strategy based on the products that you're trying to push out. But I'm not going to rush into it. We will get there, don't worry. Performance evaluation. So you have all the efforts you've made. You've tried to create strategy. You've tried to push out break it down based on the marketing funnel. You've tried to use the 4 Ps of marketing to push out your product. So how do you now evaluate all the effort I have made? How am I supposed to measure the performance of it? So that's the whole essence of this particular topic, performance evaluation. So this is just a brief overview of everything we'll be doing today. For for the people who are just joining in, welcome. It's so good to have us all here. I should also mention that this class is going to be a very, very engaging class. So I'll be calling us at random. That's why you can see it's not a webinar. It's not a meeting that has to unmute everyone. People can unmute themselves, because I'll be calling people at random, getting your views, asking questions, right? Just to make sure we are all participating in the class and we're getting the best out of it. So make sure you're not in a noisy place and you're in a place that you can unmute. Right. So before I go straight into our class, I just want to, you want to understand who are the people that are going to teach you product marketing today. So a little bit about us, 10th Code Media. We are a company, we seek to add value. Obviously, we want to add value by providing services, by providing trainings and conferences, consulting services to various companies, right? And we try to employ innovative thinking to help transform strategy as a company. That's our consulting side of the business. So if you have a business and you want to evaluate how best to position yourself amidst the competitors out there, we can help you evaluate your internal and external processes, give recommendation using data, of course, using data, and then we'll think of innovative way to help you improve your services. And then we offer training and conferences, which is one of the things we're doing today. We have product school, we have project school, we have IT management school, soft skills school, management and leadership school. So we offer various training to various individuals out there. I would like to encourage us to please mute ourselves. I know we are all excited to participate, but please let's all try to mute our mic so that we can ensure that everybody else is getting the best out of the class and we're not distracting our participants. Thank you very much. Right, so training and conferences is one of the things we offer. Like I mentioned, product school, project school, IT management school, soft skill management, and leadership. We offer this training to individuals and on a corporate level. So if you want to bring us in to train your staff or maybe your team members, or maybe you feel like your team members can benefit from any of the classes that we have, you can reach out to us and we can give you an in-house training virtually or physically, right? And then we also have blog services. Innovation Village is one of our blogs that we currently use, right? So that's basically all about 10th Code Media. A little bit about myself, right? I'm a product development professional. I'm currently a product development manager in 10th Code Media. I have over 6 years experience. I've worked in various capacities. I've worked as a customer relationship manager, the sales and marketing expert, products and the product development person. Also, I've actively participated in creating product strategy for various tech products across different industry in the financial service space, fintech, consulting, real estate, and also retail business. So all of these experiences I've been able to gather together to come up with various tips that we can use in our various industries. So as a customer, for example, as a customer relationship person, I know how best we can manage clients. You know how clients can be when it comes to wanting their way. As a sales expert, I've actively participated in contributing to the financial goals and the non-financial goal of the company that I've worked for. And then for product development, I worked closely with product team to come up with developing a particular product and then pushing the product out there. When it was pushing the product, that was where I worked as a capacity of a product marketing manager. I came up with a strategy to push out the product and evaluate the performance of the product in terms of revenue generation. So I hope my wealth of knowledge, you'll be able to draw from my well of knowledge today. So my name, I'm not sure I've even introduced myself. My name is Gloria Oti, and yeah, it's so good to have us all here. I think I'm going to allow us to introduce ourselves since we're not so much. We think we have about 9 people in the room. I will give us an opportunity to introduce ourselves because, like I mentioned, the essence of this class is not just to come and listen and listen. I want us to engage and also meet each other and network, right? So, before I go into the introduction of product marketing, I want us to unmute ourselves and just give a brief introduction of ourselves, who we are, what we do, and again, what we hope to benefit from this class. I think that would give me an insight as to what to emphasize on what to stretch, what to shed more light on the course of this masterclass. So let me see from my list. Abubakar. Hello, Abubakar. Do you care to unmute yourself and introduce yourself? Let's get to know you and what you do and what you hope to benefit from this class.
Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Abubakar.
Good afternoon.
Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, clearly I can hear you.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. My name is Abubakar. I reside in the US. Actually, I'm into IT and I'm also a businessman right here. I'm into IT audit. Then, briefly, I will just be introduced by my friend in the group, Kunle, which is Kunle Sadari, right now. So I'm hoping to learn more things. According to your introduction, at least I've grasped some of the things that you're into, and I'll be interested to know much about it.
Okay, great, great.
So
Nice to meet you, Abubakar. Nice to meet you.
So I'm just coming in right now. Okay, no problem. I'll be interested. At least I would like to learn more.
Okay, nice to meet you. Okay, next on my list is Ezinne. Ezinne, do you care to unmute yourself and introduce yourself? Let's get to know you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name
Hi,
is
Ezinne.
Victoria Oti. I'm a sports presenter and analyst, currently a core member in Lagos State. I just want to have a test you, and I've heard a lot about products marketing. So I was referred by a friend, and I hope to learn a lot through this 6 weeks intensive training.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Ezinne. Nice to meet you. Next on my list is KS. KS.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, clearly.
Okay. Good evening. Good afternoon, rather. Okay. My name is Kunle Shadari. I currently work as a Scrum Master and project manager, and I'm also I'm also kind of pivoting into product management as well. So I just thought it'd be good to get on board some knowledge in product marketing as well, since that's a core part of product management as well. So that's why I'm here.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Thank you. Next on my list, we have Mariam Peters. Mariam, do you care to introduce yourself, what you do, and what you hope to get from the class today?
Hi, Gloria. No, I can hear you. Don't worry. Good afternoon, everyone.
Okay.
I'm super excited to be here. My name is Mariam, and again, it's a pleasure to be here learning on product marketing. I am a communications head. I work cross-sectionally across several intersections. So product marketing and marketing in general actually is a big, big part of what I do across the intersections that I work with. And this year, my commitment was to upskill. So this is a great opportunity for me. I'm hoping to learn as much as possible, absorb as much as possible within the 3 hours that we have. And hopefully the information and the insights that I gain will help me as I transition further into this field. So thank you once again.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Nice to meet you. I think next on my list is Sheung John. Sheung John.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Gloria.
Hi, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Sheung John, and I work with I work as a quality assurance officer alongside with the product team, and we majorly do development, strategizing, and developing the products for our stakeholders. So I believe this is a great avenue to know how product marketing works, and I'm eager and very much interested on this topic. So I hope to learn a lot from this topic. Thank you.
Thank you, Shil. It's nice to meet you. I hope you enjoyed the class and benefits as much as well. Then last on my list is Tola. Hi, Tola. Do you care to introduce yourself?
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for the invite for the first masterclass of the year. My name is Tola. I'm a product leader. Honestly, I just want to learn how product marketing actually, I've been working with product marketers for a long time, for a long period of time. So I want to learn more. I don't want to learn more about the jargons, but I just want to learn more how we can work together apart from building a product. I want to see how much I can hone my skills in terms of translating, using the right messages, the right price, and knowing the places to take my product to in terms of reaching the audience on how they can use my product and how I can also turn them to returning customers as well. So in summary, I just want to know more about product marketing and how I can use that for my advantage for personal and also for professional use. Thank you.
Thank you, Tola, and thank you everyone who has introduced themselves. It's so good to meet everyone. I say that there are like two things in common. Everyone is curious about what product marketing is all about, and then secondly, it's the new year. So in quotes, we no hungry for anybody. We just want to get our career to the next level, and I think that's an amazing way to start the year. So without so much back and forth, we're just gonna go straight into introduction to product marketing. What exactly is product marketing, right? So under this introduction, I will be using the WH model, right, to explain what product marketing is all about. I'll talk about what product marketing is, who a product marketing manager or product marketer is, where can we find these people, in what industries do we have these roles, in what industries do these roles exist, then how can one become a product marketing manager, then the very, very interesting one, product marketing versus digital marketing. What exactly is the difference, right? So we'll start off with what is product marketing, right? It's basically a process, right? You want to bring in a particular product or a particular service into a market. You want to ensure that the right people see that product. You want to ensure that after seeing that product, these people exchange money for the product or the services that you are offering, right? So three things. You're bringing in a particular product into a space. You are promoting it, ensuring the right people see this product. And then you are ensuring that these people who have seen this product, they exchange their money for your product or your service. So these three steps, it encompasses creating strategy for penetrating your markets, designing techniques to convert people who have seen your products to customers, right? They've seen your products. Are they people who are willing to pay for your product? And then how do you now ensure that people continuously come to use your service or they continuously use your products to ensure that your product is a successful product? For most companies, the measure of success of a product is how well this product is able to bring in revenue for the company, right? So if you're able to take your product successfully into the market, you're able to get the right people to see the product, you're able to get these people to exchange money for your product or your service, and then it's bringing in revenue for your business. That can be termed success. Can we agree on that? That can be termed success for the product. Are we together?
Yeah, agreed. Very much agreed.
So yeah, product marketing is basically all of those processes. Bring your products, get the right people to see the products, and ensure these people pay money for the products, and they keep coming over and over again, right? So now, who is responsible for this particular process? Who is responsible for ensuring that this process goes smoothly? We call that person a product marketer or a product manager, right? Or a product marketing manager. So this person is responsible. That person that the CEO will call and say, "Oga, yes, the product manager has ensured that we have a product that is addressing a problem. What is happening to the revenue? Why is it not bringing in money?" right? In fact, before the CEO comes, I believe the product manager will call you and say, okay, my partner in this product, how far revenue generation? What is going on with this product? We've been able to stay on the neck of tech bros and ensure that they have created a product that is addressing a problem that we perceive can be addressed by this product. Why are we not getting money, or why are we not getting as much money as we expect from this product? Or what can we do to improve the product, right? So this product market manager is the person to ensure revenue is constantly being generated from the product that has been created, right? So now where can we find a product marketing manager? It's very easy for us to say, oh, we can find them in tech space, or fintech, tech companies, the big tech companies and all. But interestingly, the simple answer to this question is any company that has a product, any company that has a service to offer, right, needs a product marketing manager. Interestingly, a lot of companies, a lot of industries, they easily, how would I put it? They easily join that role with some existing role. So you see somebody who is supposed to be like an admin person, or somebody who's supposed to be like a salesperson that is doing the job of a product marketing manager. Not bad for the person, because again, we all want to look for ways to improve our skills. One want to look for ways to ensure that we are improving career-wise. But for the business itself, will it yield as much result for that business when this particular role that is so robust is being joined together with already existing roles in the company? It may not be beneficial for that company to leave this role in isolation. Let a product manager focus. So you will know that whoever you want to hold responsible for revenue generation for a particular product, you can always go and go to this person and say, you are the one we employ to do this. Why it's not bringing as much money as it should, right? So like I mentioned, if your company has a product or a service, you need a product marketing manager to help you really push that product and drive revenue for you. So it can be in the fashion industry, it can be in the education, financial services, entertainment, transportation, telecommunication. But I have a very interesting question. You know, when I was thinking earlier, when I found out about product marketing, and I saw that you can actually have a product marketing manager within an industry like entertainment industry, I was a bit curious. I was like, how? How? Like how see, I'm looking at Burna Boy, I'm looking at Davido, or I'm looking at Don Jazzy. How will a product marketing manager fit into Don Jazzy, or what's it called now? Maven Record? I'm a bit curious. Do we want to give contribution on how we think, based on our understanding of what product marketing is, who a product marketing manager is? How do you think that particular role will fit into like an entertainment industry? What product do you think they have to sell that they would be a product marketing manager? Does anybody care to contribute? Or should I
Can I?
call anybody at random? Oh,
Can
yes,
I?
please. Yes, please.
Sure. So I believe the music,
Yes.
because the music, when if you don't put the music right in the markets, the music won't definitely become famous. So the product manager needs to strategize and know how to put that music in the market. For example, if you sometimes they turn into a challenge, you use the music and create a challenge around it. Before you know it, the music is all over TikTok, and before you know it, people are aware about the music. So the music is the products when it comes to entertainment. Yes.
Right. Does anybody else have contribution regarding this particular entertainment industry? Oh, Mariam, please go ahead.
Sorry. I believe maybe they can also promote the product, their track, by using I would say, an influencer, someone that is well known, a popular person. They can market their product to their track through that way as well, to feature in their track. that can also boost it.
Right. Thank you, Abubakar. Mariam, you have your hands up.
Yes, I believe in this circumstance, in this scenario, the artist is a product. The artist is the brand that needs to be delivered to the audience, the target audience. And the product manager is the person who will ensure that this product, in quotes, which is the artist, is delivered in such a way that he or she resonates fully. So the same perhaps go-to-market strategy, the same product roadmap that you would use in or rather on a physical product like a new brand of shoes or a drug would be the same format you would use on this person as well in order to ensure our ROI.
Right. Thank you, Mariam. Thank you, Mariam. Thank you, Tola. Thank you. No, thank you, Shion. It was Shion. Tola did not say anything. Then thank you, Abubakar. Those are very great contributions. Let me use. Hello. Does anybody want to say anything?
Yeah, you called my name.
Oh, I thought
Okay.
you were the one who contributed, but I now realized it was Shion that actually contributed, not you. Or
Okay,
do you
let me
want to
actually
contribute? The floor is.
Yeah.
There you go. All right.
So two ways I look at this thing is that I don't believe that the process of making the product marketer should be in isolation of making product. So once you just finish the work of the product and just dump it on a desk that please help me amplify this product and evangelize it, promote it and whatnot. It doesn't work that way to me from my own perspective or from my own standpoint. So from your example that you just mentioned, I think the product marketer should also be involved also on the maybe number one on how the music is being delivered, how he sings the music. If you look at Burna Boy, for instance, during year 2020, during the NSAS, he had to become very relevant when he sang the song to as in to justify to just talk about what the government were doing, the wrongdoings of the government, how they kill the people, how they kill the youth and stuff like that. So a product marketer in that kind of space should be able to tell the artist that please, these are the trending things. I need you to jump on this. Sing a music consigning this, circulating around these things so that we can remain relevant. That is one, what he sings. And number two is how he delivers that kind of music to the audience or to the target audience. I think somebody has said something like, okay, influencers, before you know it goes viral on on a TikTok, you talk to DJs because those are the guys that are on the front line, they play the music all the time. You talk to radio stations and the rest. So it's a two-pronged approach. What you sing, the moment as in what you sing at that particular period of time, and also how you deliver the finished product, which is the music, to the end users. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tola. Thank you. You really contributed. Thank you, everyone who contributed. So, interestingly, let me use one of the person on the image on our screen. Let me use a Maven record. You would see that Don Jazzy does not operate his record label as just a record label that wants to just release music. He operates it now like a businessman where they measure, in fact, they usually have like yearly reports of everything that was spent, revenue that was generated. So it means that if you're going to be an artist under Burna Boy or sorry, under Maven Record, you have to, like Mariam rightly said, you as the product, you have to come and say, okay, this was the revenue I brought in as a product. So activities around our product, interestingly, will not be only limited to music alone. Again, like Mariam rightly said, as a star or as an artist or a product under Maven Record, you are not just a musician, you are a brand. So everything they have to do would be to ensure that they are putting you out there as a brand that is bringing in revenue one way or the other. So it could be through your music, it could be through strategic partnership, because it's the product manager that would have to sit down and brainstorm. Okay, what strategic partnership can we put together to ensure that, okay, this person, yes, you've released music and all. Do we pair you with a particular brand so that people identify you with that brand? Right? So that's why you see some of these artists doing photo shoots, some of them going for tours or going for some interviews, right? All of that is not just to say, okay, this is the music I really. They are trying to make sure that this product, in quotes, this artist, is always in the face of the target audience, right? So you see someone like Ariasta. If you notice when Ariasta, my friend interestingly, who works in the same space as the marketing expert, she said when Ariasta first came out, she said something very interesting. She said, Ayasta, Don Jazzy is trying to model Ayasta to be a competitive product with a particular star. We all would suspect who that star is since when Ayasta first came out. Like, he's modeling her to compete with that product out there. Then gradually, he started giving her identity. So when people first started off with, oh, Thames or Ayasta when it comes to the music. Then now that she's out there, he now started giving her own identity. All of those strategy, all of those brings everything. A product marketing manager will sit down and have to come up with all of those strategies, right, on how to push this product, this artist out there. So yes, in the entertainment industry, the artist is the brand, not just the music that they push out there, but they themselves. You see, people, they want to ensure that people are always constantly talking about this product. And people are always wanting to see this product. They want to talk about the dress they wore. They want to talk about the interviews that they did. They want to talk about the latest collaboration that they've done with the latest brand. The artist is the product. So yes, a product marketing manager would have to be very useful in that space. And then we also have telecommunication, we have transport, financial service, we have healthcare, we have FMCG, and a whole lot of industry, right? So that's where we can find. We know where to find a product marketing manager. We want to know what are the key responsibilities because sometimes it can get really blurry, right? Are you a product manager? Are you a product marketing manager? Are you an ordinary marketer? Let us. Sorry, apologies, I was muted. So I was saying, one of the key responsibility of a product marketing manager is centered around the fact that product marketing manager will be involved in all of the activities of the product life cycle. So it's not just when the product is ready, you will now call a product marketing manager and say, oh, yeah, come and sell the product. The product marketing manager has to be there from the onset when they say, okay, they want to create a product to address a problem, because they will be involved in the market research, in the product development, in the launch, of course, the growth, and then eventual maturity or decline. Sadly, a product marketing manager would have to be one of the people who will be responsible to say, this product is going forward, or this product, we have to kill it. That's one of the very tough responsibility of a product marketing manager. So they do market research, right? They want to check for competitors, people who have similar products in the same industry. How would you fare in that industry? They also want to check for sales enablement, customer engagement, go-to-market strategy, right? They would also be involved in the communication and also the content creation and so many things that involve pushing out the products out there, product positioning and the pricing as well. So they are actively involved in all of this role. Can we all still hear me? Let me be sure that we are hearing me and we're following.
Yes, I can.
Yes.
Right.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. For those who are just joining in, welcome. I would have said we should introduce ourselves, but we're already deep into today's session. So it's just nice to meet everyone. How can one become a product marketing manager? So aside from just getting certification or just doing courses and saying, oh, bringing the paper and putting it on LinkedIn, I just finished this course, this and that, you also have to be deliberate about the skills you have, because you don't just want to put out certifications out there and you do not really have those skills to actually perform on the job, right? So what are those skills that are relevant to you as a product marketing manager? You have to be someone who knows how to communicate. So I categorize them into soft skill and hard skill. So we'll start with the soft skill, communication skills. It's just knowing how to speak, even your written communications, right? How do you communicate with both internal stakeholders and external stakeholders? I think this is like a skill that most roles in the professional space they ought to have. So how are you able to communicate clearly? Not communicate in a way that causes confusion, communicate clearly to internal people or external stakeholders, in this case, your target audience, your interpersonal skills. You'll be interacting with a lot of people. One of those people you would interact with are agents. As a product marketing manager, you will interact with either agents, freelancers, or people who are selling, go into the field with you. You see interpersonal skill with these people, you must develop it. You cannot escape it. I don't know if any of us have had to interact with sales agents or people working. Does anyone in their current role interact with those people?
Yes, I do.
We can unmute. Was that you? I want to know who said yes.
Yes, I
There's
did.
an interesting
Miriam.
question, follow-up question on that.
Miriam, I
Oh,
said
yes, yes. So
I
how is it like? Mariam, okay. Okay, Mariam, how is it like managing or interacting with these people? Sales agents or freelancers or people who basically go to the field to sell the product?
well, let me specify the kind of third parties that I relate with. They're more like, depending on the campaigns that occur, they're third party vendors, micro and macro influencers, sales agents to some extent, and it's challenging because you're managing expectations, dealing with different idiosyncrasies, personality differences, and all that. It's a constant juggle because you have so many. You have to keep your eyes on the ball, and you have to keep your eyes on the goal. Pardon me. And there's so many balls to keep afloat. So yes, the challenge is there. All I can say is you get better with more practice, honestly.
Right, right. Thank you, Mara. Let me share a very interesting experience with you. It was when I was a product manager in financial industry. It was a savings app, right? And one of the strategy that I pushed out there was for us to go into universities, because we had like a particular product offering or particular offering on products that allows university students to save in installments, and they get a very competitive interest rates, right? So I said, okay, let's go to universities. So I had to manage agents across different fields in Nigeria, in different regions. North, we had agents in Ilorin, Lagos, and all. But just scattered. So imagine being in Lagos and having to get feedback on all of these people. So sometimes you will see these people come and say, in this particular thing, the clients that try to use the app, they could not do this, they could not do that. Why is the app like that? And sometimes the approach they come up with, it will tell you two things. They themselves did not use the app, or they have poor interpersonal skill. So you would not allow someone's lack of interpersonal skill now affect your own skill, right? Because you have to maintain professionalism, right? So they will call and ask very, very interesting questions, and you'll be like, did you actually open the app? Did you actually use the app? Or did you even manage to read the documents we share for you to get familiar with the app and get an understanding of the app? You will get the obvious answer, no. And some of them would even go as far as saying, this your app is not this. They would This is a product we're supposed to work together with, work together on. You are the one that is not criticizing the product. You're supposed to stand by this product. And interestingly, you will now come and find out that this product does not have a problem. The problem is coming from somewhere. It's not coming from the product. It's not coming from me, the marketing manager. It's certainly coming from somebody. Somebody did not do their own assignment. So in that situation, when you find out that, okay, these people have not done their own due diligence, you have to find ways to manage them, right? Don't get emotional. Don't get, it's very easy to want to just flare up and get angry. But at the end of the day, keep your eyes, like Mariam said, keep your eyes on the goal. There is targets to be met. There's financial targets, non-financial targets to be met. Right. So that's where personal skill comes in. You have to find a way to manage them. Interpersonal skill is not you trying to suck up to anybody or trying to tolerate things. There are ways you can professionally put things in place and ensure people do what they are meant to do. Because as a product marketing manager, you would interact with a lot of people, not just even agents, even third-party people. You would have to interact with some agencies. Some companies, they have in-house product marketing manager who will be their spokesperson for like PR agencies that want to do brand awareness for them. You have to ensure that you're managing them well, right? That's where interpersonal skill comes in. And another skill is creative thinking. You have to, one way you can boost your creative thinking is ensure you read a lot. You read a lot. You make sure you push yourself out there. You absorb as much relevant information, not just any information, please. As much as a lot of relevant information that will help you expand your thinking, right? And then collaboration. This works together with interpersonal skill, your collaboration skill, uh, customer service. One good thing that I'm grateful for is the fact that I started my career as a customer person, as a customer service person, right? Because I get to hear how customers can be. And then I also get to hear, understand frustration from in-house. So I'm like the middle person between the customer and in-house people. So I have good perspective. I have like almost like a 360 view of how people can be, right? Then time management, time. Like you know that you have a target, there is a time for it. You have to ensure that you don't waste time on irrelevant things. Don't go back and forth on things that can be done sharply, right? So then we also have hard skills, right? Proficiency in analytical tools. You're working with data as a product marketing manager, right? You want to analyze that data and draw insight from that data. The insight can come from digital platform. It can even come from offline platform. How to extract data from offline platform, or your marketing research that you do, you have to, the data you get from it, how can you draw insight from that data, right? This proficiency with in analytical tool works together with market research, right? Whatever insight you get, you want to use it to make strategic decision on how to position your products. And then digital marketing, right? How you are able to sell your product on digital platforms, not just on social media. Remember, I noticed I did not say social media, digital platform. Then there is SEO and SEM, right? Which is like an organic way of trying to push your product out there, and in an inorganic way as well. Then there's also project management. See, as a product marketing manager, I not just even product marketing manager, I think anybody who works in any industry has to find a way to have project management skill. It doesn't have to be up to par the product manager, but a good working knowledge of how to manage a project, small project. Because if, for instance, one of the ways you want to launch your product, or one of your go-to market strategy is to create like a conference, that itself is a project. It's a small project for your product launch. You have to find a way to manage that project and ensure it is successful, right? Then there's also data analysis, and then there's content creation, which a lot of people throw out there, but we'll dive into that. So I don't know if you have any question regarding this slide, or we can move on to the next slide. Or any interesting contribution, or someone who likes to share their experience on this particular slide. Or we are good to go on this slide. Okay, I will take our silence as a yes, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mario. Okay, so the interesting question, product marketing versus digital marketing. What's the difference? Are you a digital marketer that you're just calling yourself a product marketer? Or like what exactly is this role all about? So I intentionally brought this particular one because I wanted us to get an understanding, and there is a broad difference between a product marketing person and a digital marketing person. Interestingly, if you can see from as you can see from the screen, from my screen, from the diagram, digital marketing is inside product marketing, right? It just shows that it's just a segment, it's a subdivision of product marketing. So while the product marketing person is concerned with promoting and selling a product across all platforms, both offline, both online, you are ensuring you want to sell the products. So that means you're dealing with agents, you're dealing with third party partnership, you're dealing with freelancers, you're dealing with traditional marketing. You're also dealing with online marketing, digital ads, Google ads, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, TikTok, influencer marketing, and the likes. So you as a product marketer, you're both offline and online, ensuring that your product is out there and your product is bringing in revenue across all of those platforms, both offline and online. A digital marketer, like the name insinuates, is someone who operates basically on a digital platform, right? So activities like digital marketing, email marketing, content marketing, search engine, paid advertisement on digital platform. That's where you would find a digital marketer. A product marketing person is someone who would have the skill of a digital marketer and also have experience selling offline, traditional media, and third-party partnership and selling offline basically, right? So that's like the difference between a product marketing person and a digital marketing person. But I have an interesting exercise for us, right? So now we understand the difference between product marketing person and a digital marketing person. What do we think is the difference between product marketing and conventional marketing, which is like, when I say conventional marketing, like the marketing that we all know, when you hear somebody is a marketer, someone say, oh, I'm a marketer, or I'm a marketing person in a bank, right? What do you think is the difference between these two, conventional marketing and product marketing? I'd like to hear your thoughts on this. We can raise our hand or unmute ourselves to share our contribution. Hello, are we here? Are we together? Or do I call someone to just answer randomly?
I would say no idea from my own side before you call me.
Okay. 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 Sam Ojikutu. I'm not sure you introduce yourself. Can you introduce yourself and maybe share with us what do you think? There's no right or wrong answer. Don't worry, there's no right or wrong answer. We're all trying to learn from each other here. What do you think is the difference between a product marketing person and a conventional, like everyday marketer that we hear about?
Good afternoon, Gloria. Good afternoon, everyone. Unfortunately, I'm actually on
Good
transit.
afternoon.
You bear with me.
Yeah. Okay. No
All
problem.
right, thank you.
Okay. Okay, but you're on transit, but you can hear us and you can talk. You can also give your contribution. You don't need to put on your camera, right, Sam?
Okay, conventional marketing can be seen as a traditional marketing, which is involving the physical products, and etc., which involve brainstorming and other marketing activities. But product marketing is actually a more focused aspect of the marketing, which is more just strictly product development product awareness, and which may be the use of online platforms, like you earlier mentioned. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you,
Okay.
Sam. Thank you.
Hello.
Edith, you want to say something? Okay.
Hi.
Okay. Okay. Nice. Chiminka.
Yeah.
Did I
Hi,
get that
Gloria.
right?
Yeah,
Hi.
that's
Please, can
correct.
you introduce yourself? So I'm not sure you introduce yourself when you join.
Okay. My name is Benedict Chimenkale. Yeah. I work as product manager.
Okay.
Yeah. With Remita. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice to meet
So
you. Okay.
yeah. All right. So I think for conventional marketing and product marketing, the difference really lies on um how focused each of the things are. I think someone already mentioned that, but to kind of add to that, conventional marketer just focuses on selling to anybody, right? They just want people to know about our company, the services we offer, and all of that. Just come, it's what is counting for them as their KPI, the number of leads they're able to attract, and all of that. But while a product marketer is a much more focused individual who is also wearing like the cap of a product manager and also a marketer, meaning that he is much more customer centric. So he tries to understand the need of individuals and know what exactly to sell to them to address their needs. So I think that is what I would say is a little difference between both of them.
Right, right. Thank you, Benedict. Thank you. That was pretty insightful. Thank you. I don't know. I'll take one more contribution, then we can move to the next topic on our outline. Just one more contribution. The major difference between product marketing and conventional marketing. Let me search my list. Let me see. There's somebody I can call. Okay, I think I see someone. Otsi Ego, do you want to contribute?
Okay, I will give it a try. Yes, when it comes to conventional marketing, sorry, I am there is noise, but I suppose you're hearing me. So with conventional marketing, that's like the traditional kind of marketing where you sell to a wider audience, I guess. Then with product marketing, I think much of what I understand with product marketing is it's a tailored approach towards a particular audience. So this proceeds from different strategies. So as one who works in a communication space, I think when you build products, the marketing is rather um, it's rather deep. So you start from each and every fiber of the product has a marketing strategy. So one of such is the UX processes, user experience. So with the user experience, you try as much as possible to craft every messaging from the micro copies to fidelity testing, as it were, towards the target audience. And sometimes these things go through processes of sprints, or I usually would want to subject product processes to design thinking, as it were, because with design thinking, you try as much as possible to empathize. That's the first stage. With empathy, you understand the pinpoints of users. When you understand the pinpoints of users, you try to define the product stores in a way that will accommodate them. The second process is usually define. With define, you try to craft the product in a way that gives audiences or the prospective users, a better understanding of how the product can be managed. Then, of course, there's usually the third stage, which is ideate, processes on how well you think it could be usability, it could be usefulness. These are easy things. For instance, we might talk about products that are usually under rigorous testing, like Meta, Facebook, Instagram. Zuckerberg tries as much as possible to put in 1 or 2 touches every now and then. And this sometimes arises as a result of sprint tests. So you understand that users usually have issues with this. So they try to amplify or enhance such capabilities. So with products, copies are one of such, especially when you try to define user journeys, you try to craft word in a way that gives them a better understanding on how well they can buy products. So this is my 2 cents. I hope it's in tandem with much of what you would tell us. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Oti. Thank you for that contribution. We are all right in our own ways, right? So, like we've all said, I think we've said the same thing, but in different ways. Understanding of product marketing, like I've already emphasized, a product marketing person is already involved in the process of the product development from the beginning to when you are now selling it to generate revenue of that particular product, right? So if you're the product marketing person of, say, Ayastar, let me use the entertainment industry again as an example. You're the product marketing person of Ayastar, of Rema, of 3 artists or 3 artists in quotes products from the Maven record. From when they sign up this person to when they now want to launch this person to when they now maintain the fame of this person, you as a product marketing person, you're involved in all of this process. Well, for a conventional marketer, they are not necessarily involved in all of those processes, right? They already, you can see a conventional marketing person, you can just give the person, okay, this is a particular product, go and sell it. However you want to come up with a strategy, however you want to push out this product, just ensure that you're getting this product out there and you're bringing back money in return. So that's one major difference you get from a product marketing person, between a product marketing person and a conventional marketer. Product marketing person is always involved in the process. There's from the beginning of a product life cycle to like when you're pushing out that product, the product marketing person has to be involved there. Where a conventional marketer, the person, you can just even employ a regular person, right? And just say, okay, come, we have this product, we've prepared it, this is the amount, this is the quantity we have, this is the people we want to sell it to. Go and meet those people and sell those products, however convincing you want. So for a conventional marketer, their negotiation skill must be up, because you would have to ask them so many questions about the product. They have to now find a way to answer those questions in a way that convinces you to buy it, because they were not really involved in the beginning of the product life cycle. So they just have to find a way to negotiate their way to sell that product one way or the other, right? But a product marketing manager is someone who has already reviewed the price and can confidently defend every part of that product, from the price to the functionality to the UX and to everything about our products. So I don't know if we have an understanding of the major difference between a product marketing person and a conventional marketer. Are we good on that?
Yes.
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 Awesome. Thank you, everyone. So now we'll move on to the next topic on the outline, which is the 4 P's of marketing. The 4 P's of marketing. So we have products, we have price, we have the place, and we have promotion. 4 P's of marketing. So this particular framework was developed by Mr. McCarthy. Mr. McCarthy sat down and said, okay, marketing, we have to find a way to break marketing down, because it's not just about go and sell the products and bring money. How do we break marketing down in a way that it is easy for us to achieve our goal? So he said, okay, let's divide into 4 P's that we have. Products, of course, which is like the star of the show. And then we have the price. And then we have the place where we want to sell this particular products. And then we have promotions. So products, as we all know, it can be tangible or intangible, hard or hard substance that we can see, or a service that we cannot see, but we can feel and get access to, right? And then we have the pricing, and then we have the place that we want to sell this product, and then we have how to promote this product, right? So he broke down. I'm just gonna, please remember that this is a masterclass, so it's going to give us an overview of some of these key elements of product marketing. To delve into this, we already have a class on ground. for product marketing people, managers, or people interested in product marketing, where we can break all of these elements down further. But an overview of these 4 P's of marketing is this, what we can see on our screen. So on that product, we have things like the product design. I would like OC rightly mentioned, it mentioned something like UX, the user experience of this particular product. So you've designed a product, you have the features on this product. Are these features things that are going to be attractive for our target audience? How do we do our branding, the logo and everything, the quality of this product, and any additional service that is attached to this particular product? UX, features, onboarding process. How can people easily sign up on your? So there are some products. Have we ever had experiences with some product that when they was okay, sign up on this particular app or on this particular product or platform, and then when you are signing in, they are asking you so many questions, then after a while you just drop off. And you're like, I'm not doing again. Is it because I want to use this app that you're asking me for my grandmother's middle name? You're asking me for the village that my grandfather visited when he was 14 years old. Right? So all of these features of a particular product are things that the product marketing manager would have to come and say, okay, you know what? I think we should streamline this particular process. Let me give a personal example in terms of products. Again, going back to this financial app that I had an experience with, they had already developed the app. There was the web app, there was the the web app, and then the phone app itself, where you can download from Play Store and App Store. And we noticed something. A lot of people were signing up on the app. So you see, like on a daily, because we run digital ads, so on a daily basis, we were getting like almost 1,000 downloads almost every day when we ran the campaign, which was amazing because 1,000 downloads every day we were going. But guess what? People were downloading this app. But when you now look at the sign up, we'll be seeing like maybe 20 signups or 30 signups. But we're like, what's happening? So you as a product marketing manager, working together with the product manager, you would have to now sit down and say, okay, something is wrong. Obviously, our content or our flyers, the marketing message that we put out there was able to catch their attention, right? But something is wrong. They are not completing the process of coming into our platform, our sign-up process. What's going on? So we now realize that we're not compared. Like, okay, our competitors, they are not asking so many questions. So we spoke to, this is another thing with managing stakeholders. We have to now speak to compliance. We were like, this particular questions people are telling us to ask our people when they are signing up. Do we need to ask them? Compliance said, please, regulator will not come for us. So we don't regulate. So make sure you get this information. Okay, it's okay, fine. We cannot entirely scrap these particular questions, but we can actually move it to the next phase of the sign-up process. It doesn't have to be the first phase. So let's get the key information we need from them, things like their names, their phone number, their email address. Then we can now be sending them reminders. Okay, you need to provide this other information for you to enjoy these benefits. You need to. Do you understand? So all of these things about the product are the important factors you'd have to consider the product marketing manager to ensure that people move from one stage of the marketing funnel, we'll get there, from one stage of the marketing funnel to the next phase, right? So I don't know if we've had similar experiences with digital platforms where when you see that they are asking too many questions, you just leave it, you drop off. So we have to go back and find a way to address a particular part about the products to ensure that people are coming fully. So things about the product, back again, things about the product like the onboarding process, the UX, the features, the quality, and everything else about the products are things you would have to take into consideration when trying to push out that product. Next is pricing. Oh, your product is great. Your product is wonderful. But the price, what's going on? You see that people say, your product is okay, but I'm not sure I can pay for it. Let me also share a very interesting experience that happened sometime recently. Last time I was working with a brand to launch their products. So interestingly, this particular product, it's not a new product. It was actually a POS, right? It was a POS. So of course, everybody uses a POS. Can we confirm if you can still hear me and be sure that we're all together?
Yes,
Yeah.
I can.
You're
Yes,
audible. Yeah,
yes.
I can hear you.
And
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
We're good.
It's a POS product, right? So it's not really an innovative thing, but the sky is big enough for everyone. So we decided let's launch a product, a POS product. So we now had to find ways. How do we penetrate, right? OPay, PalmPay, money points, everybody already has their product out there. So what is that thing that we can use to stand out? Yes, we already had a great product. I feel we bragged about our product, Android POS, soft screen, you can connect it to different things, very sleek and everything. So the product side of it was great. Now the pricing side, when we now took the product out there, we now went to we went to Yabilika by the street who was selling just biscuit and this, and we told her, okay, Yabilika, take our POS and use it to get more this. And interestingly, it was during the period where there was cash scarcity. So it was a great opportunity for us to sell that particular product because people are not paying cash. So Yabilika said, oh, she likes this thing. It's sleek, it's fine, it's nice. When we told Yabilika the amount, she said, let me discuss. There's an interesting response I got from so many of them. Let me speak to my husband first. It's okay. Your own business. You're okay. Yeah, speak to your husband. Interestingly, that was just a strategy for them to. It was just a strategy for them to not take our products, right? Because it was too expensive. The product was great. The feature was attractive. The quality, the branding, nice. Even the onboarding process was great. Was seamless. But they said the amount was too much for them. So what we had to do, I had to go back to the team. I was like, you know what? Can we create installments and a benefit for them? Right? How do we break down the price to ensure that these people is easily accessible to them? Right? So we knew that I had to first go internally. I spoke, okay, this POS that we're getting, can we reduce the cost? They said no, because the amount we're getting is from the vendor is too much. So we have to make our money on it. So the question I asked was, can we get another vendor who will provide a cheaper option, right? Cost of production. How do we reduce the cost of getting this particular device? Is there a way that we can get it from directly from the source outside the country rather than getting it from a third party within the country? We had to explore that particular option, right? And then we also created, like I mentioned earlier, the strategy of using payment installments, using paying in installments. So if Yabilika says she really, really likes this product, she likes the features, she likes the service that are being offered, we'll tell her, you know what, let's collect the payments there. So we created daily option, monthly payments option, and quarterly payments option. So while the option to paying at once was still open to anybody who was ready to pay. So because we had different people who said they can pay at once, people who said they can pay in installments, monthly or daily. So we had to create that window for them, while also considering our cost of production to ensure we are not running at loss. Don't say because you want to sell a product, you are now considering how the business will make money. Remember, the goal is for the business to make money. So we don't lose sight of that while trying to create a pricing strategy. So like I said, this is a very broad, it's a very broad topic. But that's for pricing. Then there's place, distribution channel. You want to ensure that you are going to the right place to meet your target audience. Like the example I gave earlier about a particular app, I had to think, okay, this particular service, this particular product, where exactly can we meet the kind of target audience that we want? A good number of them. We had to go to places like NYC camp. We had to go to universities, ways that we can access people that can use our products. So distribution channel, that's for offline. Then there's also online as well, right? Which platform do you think people would want to use to easily download your app or to easily click and sign up on your app? If you want to run ads on maybe say website, you want to ensure that the website you're running the app is a website that your target audience visits a lot. So if you are running maybe the website, the blog or the website you want to use is a website that talks about let's say it talks about fashion. They talk about fashion, lifestyle, and everything. But your product is talking about savings. This website is talking about how you can spend money to upgrade your fashion, but you are advertising on how to save. It's a tricky one. There is really no one way strict to this particular thing, but you want to ensure that you are in the right place, talking to the right set of people. That's basically what this place elements of the 4 P's of marketing is all about, and ensuring that these people have easy access to your products. And then there's promotion. So you have gotten to the right place. How do you want to promote or push it out there to ensure that you get as much awareness as you can for your products, right? Creating awareness, make sure people are interested in your products, doing advertisements, and then also tracking whatever effort you're doing around those activities. I don't know if we have any question regarding this. I can see Oti has his hand up. Do you have a question or a contribution? Hello, Oti, or was that a mistake? You have your
Yes,
hand up.
I do. So,
Okay.
my question borders on pricing strategy. Of course, much of what is pervasive in the market when we talk about pricing. So, for instance, we've encountered products that are very expensive, yet people make increased sales as a result. You made an example about, or you talked about an example of the POS stuff. So, my question is, when crafting or developing pricing strategy for a particular product, do we talk about low cost as the go-to strategy, or we talk about because for some reason we understand that UVP could be one of such ways. You're in a market that is saturated with lots of competitors. They are selling the same thing, but how do you define a UVP? For instance, do you go for a UVP that's a unique value proposition as opposed, or that is overreaching to competitors, or do you slash price, low cost, just to attract more customers? Mind you, of course, there's usually that thing that before you set price, you must know the targeted audience, people you'd have to sell for. So POS, for instance, is for I don't know, just I just wouldn't say ordinary people, but we know the people that use POS and how much they get from it in the long run. So how would you deal with such aspects? Lower the price or create some sort of value proposition that would persuade them in a better way to cave in? Yeah.
Right. Thank you. That's an amazing question. If you see under pricing, you see something called perceived value. Perceived value, right? When you're talking about pricing, there are different types of pricing strategy. There are some people who confidently put a very high price on their products because they know that no matter what it will sell. When they say no matter what it will sell, because they know that aside from just putting out the product, they are putting out something that other people cannot get anywhere else, which you would say unique value proposition. So if you perceive your product as something that has a value that cannot be anywhere else, right? There is no problem putting the worth of that particular product. You don't necessarily have to cut the price of your product to sell it. When I say pricing does not necessarily does not come off as wanting to cut down price, and no, it encompasses ensuring that you have the right price for your product. The right price could be affordable for this person, or it could be affordable for a small set of people, as far as it's the right price for your business. That is what pricing is all about. Interestingly, let me even expatiate on this particular POS. When we found out about our competition, when we checked our competitors to find out, okay, what were they even charging for this POS? We had some people who were charging way more than we were charging for that same POS, right? But guess what? They had people who were using them. A lot of people were actually using them because they knew what they were offering, right? When you check their service offering on this platform, they will tell you our service is one of the seamless service out there. And a lot of business owners will say, okay, if I can pay this amount and I will get a seamless service, I am confident that nothing will happen, then I don't mind paying that amount. So it's about putting the right price for your product. It's not about putting the cheapest price for your product, the right price for your product. I don't know if I've been able to answer your question.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you. I don't know if anybody else had any other question on this, the 4 Ps of marketing.
Okay. Good afternoon.
Hi,
Hello.
Edith. You finally spoke. You've been unmuting and muting yourself. Finally, we heard your voice. Good afternoon.
Okay. Good afternoon. Okay. Just to make the work easy for the product marketing manager, I would say, I know the 4 Ps you have already explained to everybody. To make everything very seamless, as where I currently am a product manager, we get everybody involved from the day one for their products. That means when the product manager is specing that document with business requirement document, everybody's sitting down. The pricing, all the stick. So when we are discussing, everybody knows what we are doing. Everybody's throwing ideas. Someone is asking who is target market. First of all, I will ask you, who is the target market? Who are we selling this into? Then the research team is saying we need to do a research on who we're going to sell this into. So the brands who are there, the advert team is there, every person is there. Because the pricing person is already shaking his head. They say NCC will not agree on that, whatever you're saying. The regulatory is already shouting that thing is complete. There has to be a caveat on compliance. So making it up. So when the product marketing manager when all the stakeholders, relevant stakeholders are involved in product development, it makes the work of the product marketing manager very simple. Doesn't need to practice.
I agree.
That's why I just want to chip in. Thank you.
I agree. Thank you. If you recall, everyone, when we talked about skills, soft skills as a product marketing person, we talked about collaboration, right? Everyone being carried along, collaborating with people as much as possible at every phase of the product life cycle. So it makes things very seamless. But let's not also take away the fact that even after everyone has collaborated or agreed on certain things, right, you might get to the end and then now realize that some things need to be adjusted and reevaluated. So like Oti rightly mentioned, there's iteration. You go over and over again wanting to improve. Improvement might not just come from only the product itself. It might come from the pricing. It might come from the promotion. It might come from distribution channel, right? So as a product marketing person, a product marketing manager would easily want to find ways to improve his products, ensuring his products is out there. But as a product marketing person, you have to focus on the 4 Ps. A product marketing manager would not want to delve into promotional activities or places that you want to use. But a product marketing person has to focus on those 4 Ps, right? To ensure that, okay, in what ways? Okay, we've done everything right, we've documented everything, we've carried everyone along. How can we improve? Let's go back to the drawing board. Is there anything wrong with our pricing? Is that fine? Or is there anything wrong with our distribution channel? Or maybe our promotional activity is not doing as much as we should. Let's reevaluate that, right? So you have to focus on all of those 4 Ps to ensure that you're closing all loose ends. Mariam, you have your hands up.
Yes, I want to confirm right from the get-go, who are the key stakeholders that a product marketing manager needs to collaborate with internally?
Okay. Internally.
Yes, right
let me
from the
mention,
get-go.
you said key stakeholders. Key.
Or who are
Number
all
one,
the stakeholders? Let's say I assume everyone is important in this process. So who are all the stakeholders who must be
all
on
the
board
stakeholders.
from the very beginning to the very end?
Right. Number one, the product manager. So that's like the person who is holding the product as a baby. Is the owner of the baby, right? So the product manager. You'll also be close to the sales person, the sales or marketing person of the company. So I want to believe in a structured organization, right? There's usually someone who is in charge of sales and marketing to ensure that, okay, sales revenue is being generated for the business generally. So you as a product marketing manager might be handling one particular product or a couple of products or even all the product, right? So you are reporting to that person and ensuring that you guys are tracking sales and it's aligning with the overall financial goal of the company, right? So the sales and marketing person within the company. Then on the lower part, sales agents, marketers, people who are going out to the field to actually sell this product. Then one other people you're going to be very close to is the customer service people. because those are the people who will be calling you to give feedback on people that are using their products, or people that are people that are using your products or your services. If they are calling to complain all the time, you have to be very close to them to ensure what are the feedback we're getting, what are the constant complaints we keep getting, because that's one way you want to that's one way you can actually improve your product. Find out the number of complaints that you keep getting from those channels. So PM, your sales agent, your sales manager, sales and marketing manager, your customer service person, right? And then you would also work with third party people. So if you are doing a promotional activity with agencies or communication people, you'll have to work closely with them. And if the company has an in-house communication unit, people handle your brand communication, you have to work closely with them to ensure that the messaging of your product the right messaging of your product is being passed across. So those are like 5 major people that I know that you would have to work closely with the product marketing manager.
Okay, will that be right from the inception? Like from that very first meeting, all these 5 people must be on board, right? Not inviting them at different stages of the product. Okay, okay.
They have to be there. They have to be there. I believe my colleague is about to contribute. Someone from Central Media would want to say a few things on that.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Miriam, to be frank with you, before you start when you start talking about a product, the product manager, the person who is the CEO of the product, must work with key stakeholders, one of which is the product marketing manager. And at the beginning, the very beginning, it behoves on the product manager, and if there's a project manager too, they call a stakeholders meeting to start the project, because the project is actually the development of the product. Okay. Now, so all the people you have, whether it's a technical product, you have the team from technical, you have the IT people, if it has to do with IT, customer support or customer service, which Gloria already talked about, the risk people who identify the risk inherent in that product, the finance team will look at all the financial implications of that product. The sales team, because the sales and the marketing team. Now, the marketing team comes up with the various strategies, while the sales people implement those strategies. Okay. Then the legal, because Edie's talking about compliance also, legal compliance. So what we will say is that everybody, mostly everybody, at least one person, you must have a representative from each of the departments in that company. It's very important to do that at the beginning, because, and what the product manager does to ensure all that is, when you in the sign off before you start developing the product, everybody must sign off that they know about this product. Because let me be frank with you, if you don't get them to even sign off on it, they can deny you later down the road. So so they can deny you. They say, "Oh, sorry, I did not know. Oh, maybe it was because you put it at a very low price or put it at the high price." You see, everybody starts having amnesia because they feel that they don't want to be associated with failure. So it's very important at the beginning to have a stakeholders meeting of everybody. Edith already said that, so that everybody is aware, on board about the product that is being developed. And that will give, so if the product marketing manager says, "I want to do this," you have everybody chipping in to say, "Oh, no, that will not work. That will work. Have you thought of that?" And at the end of the day, you have a wholesome product that is being delivered to the customer.
Okay, totally get it. Thank you for this.
Thank you.
Thank you. Everyone, that's my boss. All right, thank you very much, sir. Okay. All right, so I don't know if we have any question regarding the 4 Ps of marketing. Mariam, I want to believe your question has been sufficiently answered. I don't know if we have any other questions. Thank you, Mariam. Okay, I don't know if we have any other question, then we'll move on to the next slide. I believe we're making progress. Right, okay. So moving on to the next slide, which is the next topic, understanding marketing funnel. This is quite an expansive topic, but in this masterclass, we're just going to breeze through it, really, because if we say we want to break it down, we won't be spending 3 hours here. In fact, we would use like several weekends to address this particular one, but just an understanding of marketing funnel, which we'll be doing today. So marketing funnel, we all know what a funnel is, right? Awareness, consideration, conversion, and retention. The interesting thing about the shape of a funnel is how the size is, right? From the big, then it begins to narrow down, and then you now have like the little ones, right? So you would see if for those of us who have done digital ads or who have run campaign offline and online, you would see that quite a number of people get to see or know about our products or hear about our products when they run ads on social media, or even when you use traditional media. If you do advertisements on Big Brother Nigeria, for instance, you would see that the number of people who have viewed your ads is quite. You just wish that those people, you would pack them and say, please come and become my customer. It's quite a huge number. But then again, before they get to the next phase, a couple of activities need to be done. How do you convert people from being aware about your products, about knowing your products, to saying, okay, you know what, let me consider them. Let me see what's interesting about these people. That's where you see things like people clicking the link or people visiting your website, right? So it's okay, what are these people all about? It gives you an idea that this person or this group set of people are considering your platform, your products, or your services, right? Then conversion, right? If they go the extra step of now coming into your platform or buying your products or signing up on your platform, downloading your app, that's a good sign. You have people who have moved from saying, okay, you know what, these people look very interesting, to, these people seem like people who can address a problem that I have, or this service looks like something that can address something that I have. And then when they come back, when they keep using it, the user rate or the rate at which they come back to use your product or come back to buy your service or your product, that is what we now call retention. But the interesting thing about the marketing funnel is that they are beyond just awareness, consideration, conversion, and retention. There are so many other levels that I cannot dive into right now. When we go into our training, or when you come on board for our training, you would break down each of all of these levels, expand it further, right? Beyond just awareness, consideration, and conversion, there are like settings that are done to convert people from being aware to wanting to consider your product or your service. But an understanding of this funnel, why do you need to understand it? Is to understand at what stage is all your marketing efforts being currently centered around. So when you're doing any campaign and you're seeing, let's say, maybe a digital campaign, and you're seeing that quite a number of people it gives you an idea of, oh, the marketing campaign is giving you good awareness. If you notice that it's not giving you the number of reach that you want, you know that the awareness rate isn't as great as it should be, and what you should do to get that awareness, right? And then consideration. If people are viewing, or people are viewing your ads, how many of them are going further to want to read more about your company, about the service you offer? Consideration. That's one thing. Okay, you know what? Aside from the millions, I know, for instance, Instagram, Facebook can give you wonderful reach if you play your game right. But then if you now compare the number of reach to the number of people who are clicking the link, it's always very it takes patience. It's always okay, you know what, let me go back and do something better. Because the difference is always very wide, right? But it gives you an idea of what you need to go back to do to improve, right? And then conversion, and then we now have retention. So basically, understanding this marketing funnel will tell you what to do right, what to stop, what to not do, or what to improve on, or what to continue doing. That's why you need to understand the marketing funnel. So I don't know if we have any question regarding this, the marketing funnel.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I'm writing.
You said?
I say, okay, yes. I was asking if I can jump right in. That means I can.
Yes.
So
yes.
the marketing funnel you just proposed, or much of what you just talked about, is similar to the UX writing customer journey, which tries to assess customers' journey from the very minute they get to interface with the products to when they get conversion. So, for instance, in UX, we have the first stage, which is attraction, the next, which is onboarding, which tries to give you so much info on how well you can sign up, then a conversion process, which of course deals with product description and some persuasive nuances on how well users can get a product. But the question here is the effectiveness of creating a marketing funnel, because of course, there are processes or there are stages where where much of your strategy breaks down. So for instance, if you have to assess your performance maybe a week afterwards, after designing your marketing funnel, and you realize that consumers or customers do not get past the first level, how do you rejig such processes so that they can get to the next level? Because I know these are things that are highly pervasive in developing strategies for customers. Because first thing first, it's with products, it's user centric. So you have to understand their behavioral pattern. Okay, this is more like the UX processes, because you have to understand their behavioral pattern, the sort of words they use, their languages, and how well you can use such languages for them to, use such languages to get them on board. So how do you build effectiveness to creating a marketing funnel with products, one that would, of course, lead consumers or customers from one stage to another up until the conversion process? I don't know if my question is clear.
So you're basically saying activities that one can do to move a customer from being aware to the product to wanting to use your product and even stay a loyal customer, right?
Yes, to conversion process. I think it does exist in, even with social media, when you try to get customers on board, or the first thing, the interface with ads, and the next thing is conversion. Okay, with UX, if I have to bring that example, we use simple words, and we use words that usually would inform them of how good such products or how so good such services are, and that could lead to, that's one stage of attraction. Then next, the informative part or the insightful part, then they just go on up until the next. So there's usually processes that lead one to another. It's more of persuasion, or more of just interesting bits.
Okay. One great way from personal experience that I know you can move your customers or prospects from one stage of the funnel is by measuring performance across each of those levels. When you set KPIs on each of those levels, you measure those performance and you know how best to now improve on them. So for instance, here's the thing. For awareness side, right? You say, okay, your goal is to reach about so number of people, and then you want a conversion rate of so percent, right? So say for instance, you want to reach 1 million people and you want 1% of those 1 million or 0.1% of those 1 million to convert within a particular space. So you're setting very specific goals, smart goal, specific, measurable, and things that you can actually track. All right. So you do the awareness activity, you push out ads on platforms, you push out flyers and everything. How many people are able to are you able to reach across those platforms? You write those numbers down, right? And then you now assess the conversion rate. So from those people, how many of them are converted to users? So when you now see that you're not getting the number that you want to get, then you can now go back and find out what are you not doing right. So the great thing about the digital platform, which you would not find in traditional platform, is you can always re-strategize and re-optimize whatever ads you're running. So if it's not the artwork that is working right, maybe you didn't use the right dimension for the artwork, or maybe the information on your platform, on your artwork is not clear. I remember there was a time we ran ads on, there was a time that a particular brand that we worked with, they wanted to run ads for domestic service, right? So we did the artwork and the messaging and the link for people to sign up, and we pushed it across all social media platform and all. Guess what? The people we now noticed that were signing up were people who were saying that they wanted to work, they wanted to be domestic staff, that they are available to work for us as domestic staff. It's as if people were applying for a job. So it now made us realize that our messaging was not right. We had to go back. Yes, we were getting awareness, but we're not getting the right inquiries, right? So we went back, we corrected the messaging, and then we sent it out before we now started getting the kind of people we wanted. So you set right KPIs for that particular level. You measure if you're achieving those KPIs. If you're not achieving it, you reevaluate or re-strategize. And then when you achieve those KPI, you now move on to the next level, set another KPI. So now you've been able to convert these people, or you've been able to get their details, people who have indicated interest and all. How do you now convert them, right? So what are the KPIs that you want to use to measure the conversion rate? Okay, how many of them have completed the sign-up process? If they've not completed the sign-up process, you have that strategy on ground to follow. That's why you now see people, some agencies calling you, oh, I'm from Airtel. I noticed that you are not, or they'll send mails. I noticed you've not provided your details. Or I noticed, or they send pop-ups on their app. Please complete this, please complete that to complete your sign-up process. You're ensuring that you're prompting them to complete the process, right? If you notice on some savings app, they'll tell you, oh, you've done 6 out of 10. I know on one particular saving app that I use, they keep sending me reminders that, oh, you've not completed your KPI, your KYC documents. You need to complete. So all of those prompts are to push people to ensure that they are moving further down the funnel, right? So loyalty, for instance, I'm giving you this for free. This is supposed to be for our training. So if you now want to push people further into the space of into the retention phase where they are loyal to your brand, you come up with strategies like promos or referral codes. That's why you see some, I don't know if we are aware of people who use codes, special codes on their Instagram page. Oh, if you want to shop on this platform, use my referral code, use my this. Those are things to ensure that those ones that are now doing marketing for you because they are now loyal to you, right? So these are like one of those strategies you can use to push people down the funnel. Each level, I should mention, each level has a different strategy you would have to use to push each other. But ultimately, 2 things you have to do: set KPIs for each level to measure performance across each level, and have strategies to push people down. Unique strategy per level. You can't use the same strategy all through. At a point when you notice that, oh, you're getting more reach and the conversion rate is not the way you want it, you have to change your marketing message. You have to change your maybe your artwork or whatever you need to do to ensure that people are now moving from that level down to another level. I don't know if I've been able to answer your question.
Yes, you have. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. I don't know if anybody has any question regarding this slide before we move on to the next. Okay. Can we say it's almost 2 hours? Can we say this few minutes or almost 2 hours we spent has been very insightful?
Yes, it has.
Yeah, it's very
Awesome.
educating. Very
Awesome.
It has.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Okay. Shehu, I see you. Awesome. Okay. All right. Moving on to our next slide today. Next topic, is creating a go-to-market strategy. Product is ready. Let us go to the market, right? So how do you want to take your product to the market? I sat down, I thought, I'm like, okay, let's use the iceberg concept, right? You know, the iceberg, where the iceberg looks very small on the surface, but down is quite big. The whole concept of the iceberg, the whole concept behind the iceberg is the fact that the part below the water carries the bulk, the main work itself, the hard work itself, right? The one that everyone gets to see is like the small part of it. So you see that, oh, Ayasta is popular. Pardon me for using the entertainment industry. I just find it as an interesting industry to use. Ayasta is very popular. Everybody wants to be like Ayasta. But the hard work that has been put into ensuring that this girl is someone that you know, the hard work that has been put into ensuring that Gloria of Sense Code Media is using her as an example in today's masterclass is quite large. There's deep hard work that went into it, right? So there is execution, there is strategy, right? So let's start with strategy, right? You see things I've already mentioned, you're setting KPIs, key performance indicator, things that are ensuring that, okay, this thing is performing well. You have analytics, data is the new oil. Things that numbers that is telling you facts that, okay, this is what we are, this is where we are, this is where we are supposed to be. Analytics, setting smart goals, consistency. I cannot emphasize this enough. Sometimes it's very easy to start something, and when it's going very fine, you don't make as much effort, and then you now begin to wonder, what's going on? I'm not getting as much number as I was getting initially. Consistency. It might not be anything wrong with what you are doing. It might just be the consistency at which you're doing it. Creativity. See, there is the art of marketing and there is the science of marketing. You see, the science of marketing is all these KPIs, analytics that we are talking about, data and numbers and everything. But you see the art of it, ART, the art of marketing, is ensuring that for those of us who work in the communication space, you want to ensure that you're capturing people's mind. You might have the right products, you might have the right pricing, right? You might have perfect, you might even have the target audience ready to accept your products and even the pricing of the products. But if your creativity is not it, why do you think products like Coca-Cola or Apple they are selling? Apple as expensive as it is, as big as they are, they still put creativity into what they do. You see that when they want to launch a particular product, the way they do it is very captivating. Even you that you have just 2K in your account, you'll be thinking of looking for how to use your last 2K to buy a phone of 1 million naira. Because they put so much creativity into their overall marketing efforts, right? To captivate the target audience and even people that are not even supposed to be their target audience, to captivate everyone together, right? And then customer support. So yes, you've captivated your audience, but you also want to ensure that your audience is your customer, your audience that has turned to a customer is fine. They are happy where they are. Because if they are not happy where they are, before you know it, they would move to where they want to be or where they feel taken care of. We see that a lot in financial industry. Some people, even when they are not giving them the best services, even when they are not giving them the best rates in terms of investments and all, they say, I'd rather go where my money is safe and you will respond to me because the customer service is up to par, right? So sometimes what you're even selling might not just be, affordability of your product, it might just be the quality of your overall service and products, customer service, the products and everything, right? So setting KPIs, analysis, those are things that are sustaining the overall execution that you're seeing above that we'll be getting into next. KPIs, analytics, setting smart goals. It's so important to set goals. It might be as easy as saying, I used to think, when I used to set goals, I used to think goals is just, you write, achieve this, achieve that. But even for us as individuals, when we set goals for ourselves, you don't necessarily have to even write it. But when you have it at the back of your mind that by the end of 2024, the reason why we are all in this class is because like some of us rightly mentioned, we all have individual goals, career goals that we've set for ourselves. By this in 2024, I don't agree for anybody. I want to achieve this. And because we set this goal, we make efforts towards achieving those goals. And on the back of our mind, this goal is what we would use to evaluate our activity for the year. In this first quarter, what did I do? I said I was going to read 12 goals, 12 books. I thought I was going to do. So interestingly, let me even share a very interesting personal experience. This is just a personal experience of when it comes to setting of goals. My husband and I were evaluating our activity for the year 2023, and we now realized that we did not even read as much book as we said we were going to do. We just kept, throwing it out there. We're supposed to read book. We're supposed to read book. So this is where I want to emphasize about setting goals. So this year, earlier this year, before we resume, we were just trying to evaluate our activity for the year 2024, what we can do. So we said, you know what, we're going to read at least one book every month. So add spice into it, we now said, you read one book, I read one book. If you do not read one book this month, it means you will pay me 10K. If I do not read, I'll pay you 10K. If the both of us do not read, we'll pay 10K in this particular account. So at the back of my mind, because I had that at the back of my mind, I mean, yes, we can call it initial gragra, but yes, it still counts for something. I've been able to read at least 2 books this month, and it's just the 13th of January. Because I have that at the back of my mind, and I do not have 10K to give to this man, no matter what. Instead, I would rather collect his own 10K. So when you have those goals, they push you to want to make efforts. It's not just, it's as simple as just writing it down. It's as simple as just documenting it in a corporate setting. But then they are pushing you, and there are ways that you use to look back and evaluate your activity as you go on. So I cannot emphasize how important it is to set goals. Yes, those are the things under strategy. Then now let's go to execution. Things like freelance program. Please, let's not forget we're talking about go-to strategy now. I'm just using the iceberg concept to explain execution and strategy before I now go deep into how to create a go-to market strategy. So we have things like using freelance program, social media ads, direct sales agents, email marketing, third-party partnership, like Maria mentioned earlier, content marketing. All of that are the things that people get to see. Oh, she's running ads, but you do not know why she's running ads, because at the back, they've already set code that this ad must be able to achieve this, must be able to achieve that. You are using direct sales agents, but guess what? When you speak to these direct sales agents, they will tell you they have targets. So that's on that part of the iceberg. Email marketing, content marketing, all of these things are the things that people get to see, the efforts people get to see, but there's an underlying strategy towards it, right? So now I have a very interesting question. What do you think is the most common tactic used by the following companies when they want to launch a product or a service? Apple, Samsung, and Coca-Cola. Anyone, or even outside these ones that I've mentioned. What are those tactics that we've noticed about Apple when it comes to launching a product, or Samsung, or Coca-Cola? Do we want to share? The floor is open, guys. Oh, Mariam, yeah.
Experiential marketing. They want consumers to experience the brand as much as possible. And in that way, ensure that they utilize better bomb to make them and build brand affinity.
Thank you, Mariam. Thank you. Does anybody else want to say, want to share? What are the tactics we must have noticed about? Okay, Tapiwa, over to you.
Sure. Thanks, Gloria. So one aspect that I'm much impressed with those brains that have shown in the slide is that they are so good with storytelling. If it's actually the tone of the message and the language that you realize that it's appropriate, and it actually brings a certain story. Especially with Apple, they are so good with storytelling,
right.
and you just fall in love with the product before you actually get to really use it.
Right. I agree with you. I agree. Apple. Well, anyways, let me allow us to contribute. KS, over to you.
Okay, I think what I've noticed is they invest a lot in research. I mean, Facebook is not listed here, but I recall reading about what it took for Facebook to start using that simple like button that we use, right? Apparently, I heard I think the product marketing manager, some lady within Facebook mentioned that they spent about $7 million just to be able to agree on that particular symbol, that icon, the like icon, because they had to send people all around the world to find out what exactly it means in different cultures and countries, right? To be able to agree. I also know that most of these companies haven't been involved in some focus groups in the past. I know that a lot of them invest in it's still part of the research that they carry out, but they do a lot of focus group feedback towards getting their marketing right, or getting the product features right as well. So there's a lot of investment in research.
Right, thank you so much, KS. Oti, do you have your hands up? You've had your hands up for a while now, or is that a mistake?
Yeah, I'm hugely enamored with Nike's approach to selling. Of course, they don't sell products; they sell success stories of athletes. So, the approach used by Nike was one adopted by Apple. So I think that was in 2002, or when they were about releasing, I think, the first iPhone or iTunes. So it's about selling the success stories of athletes, the grit, that aspect of resilience. Of course, when we talk about launching products, the first thing marketers focus on is how well they can penetrate the emotions of the target audience. So what Nike does is they use success stories of athletes. So I think in some ways in marketing, we call that point of view storytelling, where you try to tell a story from a point of view that would, of course, immerse the user in the most remarkable way. So that for me is something so brilliant. Then yes, just them. I was about to state the second brand I so much admire, but that went off my head. I might want to say it when it comes back. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Oti. Thank you, everybody. Tabitha said something that I was just going to emphasize on: storytelling. Apple, the Apple will not tell you, oh, so if you notice, right, even when they're trying to showcase the phone, go back and forth and everything, they don't tell you the camera is so, the this is so. They tell you how the phone will make you feel as a person. They don't emphasize on features. They emphasize on how the phone will make you feel. So at the end of the day, of course, you see, of course, there's still this ongoing debate of, oh, the camera is better than Samsung, or Samsung camera is better than this. Everybody goes on to debate about the technical functionality of the phone. But when it comes to them launching the phone, they would appeal to the emotion of their target audience. How the phone will make you feel, everything about the phone, the emotions, and they would just make it so smooth and sleek that you would fall in love. Another thing that Apple does is most of their services or most of their products, anytime they want to launch, they make a big deal out of it, having like a whole conference. Like they have like a whole huge conference as if they're about to, launch something really amazing that would turn the world upside down. At the end of the day, you now realize that Samsung camera is still better. I'll just leave that aside. Anyways, so yes, each company have different tactics they employ, depending on their target audience. They find ways to appeal to emotions. They use storytelling. They use research and development, right, to improve their service or launch something new about their service within their product. Just like I don't know who mentioned, I forgot something that mentioned, Facebook going as far as doing research and development across different regions in the country just to know whether to add this feature in their existing product or not. So there are different ways that there are different tactics that a company can use. So you just have to ensure you're using the right tactics to launch your product or a service within the product, an existing product. So yeah, that's that for that. Let's move on to now the go-to market strategy themselves, the important steps. I'm not going to dive into go-to-market strategy. I'm just going to talk about the important steps that you can take when trying to implement a go-to-market strategy. You have to define your ideal customer profile. A lot of people make this mistake. See, one thing about marketing is there's some things that you think is just simple. Oh, do I need to do it? You want to bypass this step. But the funny thing, you now realize that because you did not take that step, that's why you're making so many big mistakes. I've worked with a couple of brands, or I've worked with a particular brand, the one that comes right off the top of my head, that we just went ahead and launched the product because we didn't feel the need to do so many things and all. But guess what? After like almost a year of wasting money, because you would waste money, you waste resources, we had to go back to just that simple step that we skipped. So no matter how simple a step comes off as, just remember that it is important. When you say, oh, define user personnel or your ideal customer profile, you say, oh, this person is age, this, that age. If you feel it's just a simple thing you're doing, please, it's not. Because at the end of the day, we define how well you're able to reach those people. Something as simple as saying, okay, my target audience is between this age, they are within this demography, these are the kind of jobs that they do. It can define the kind of strategy you want to do. So if you know that your target audience are people who work in the corporate space, you know that, okay, there's an influencer on LinkedIn you want to reach out to help you sell this product. Just because you were able to define your ideal customer profile, right? So then research your competitors. You want to know who you're playing with in the field, right? Research your competitors. What do they have that you do not have? What do you have that they do not have that you can push to people to sell, right? Create your brand messaging and everything, and your product or brand messaging, right? Like I mentioned, because we were not able to put the right messaging for our products, people we were telling people we have domestic service to offer, but people were coming to apply for a domestic service role. So the messaging really matters, right? Then we have setting targets for all marketing efforts. Always set targets so you know how to measure your performance. Then choose your tactics across all different platforms. Just like the tactic we just discussed now about Apple using this particular tactic, Coca-Cola. Remember the tactic that they use when they use putting your name on the bottle, right? So you have to choose what tactic. Some tactics will work on the platform, some tactics will not work on other platforms. So you have to choose tactic per platform. Then evaluate and improve. Evaluate and improve over time. You evaluate, what can we do better? What can we continue to do? What can we improve on? Keep evaluating and improving on whatever marketing efforts that you do, right? So I don't know if you have any question on this, the important steps in creating a go-to-market strategy.
Yeah, I just want to add that of most of these products, much of what they do is they try to build a messaging across something you just talked about. But specifically for Apples, I think they try to create much of their brand strategy or their brand language is innovation. So they build a verbal brand around innovation, and they build communication strategies around that concept. So that concept rather comes off as innovation to the minds of the people. These are things you have never seen before. This is like one of the world best things. So people rush for such things. And when you build brand languages of such nature, it actually stirs emotion. Then for Coca-Cola, of course, much of what they do is they try to solve friendship and happiness. So you can see that with their ads. Everything about Coca-Cola is tilted towards friendship and happiness. And these things are actually expressive with their writings and, of course, with their communications. When I say communications, like beyond writing, sometimes it's body language, sometimes it's the nuances. So these are all the components that stirs up emotions and would want to persuade people to get a particular product.
Right. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you, Uti. I don't know if anybody has any other question or any contribution to give regarding that, or we can move on to the next slide. Great. I will take that as a no, and we can move on. All right. Last topic for today, we will be talking about performance evaluation. This is quite well, this is a simplified version because a performance evaluation is way more than what we're going to have here today. But let's just go straight into it. So performance of marketing efforts must be viewed from the customer's point of view because your customer are the people bringing in the money. Yes, you would also view from internal stakeholders' point of view as well, but your customer's point of view, POV is key, right? And how does it align with the goals you've set? So you've set internal goals, but then you want to evaluate your performance, your customer's POV and align it together. So now say, okay, all of these efforts, all of this wahala that we've been doing, how has it been able to give us success, right? So the following are relevant concepts that we need to understand when it comes to evaluating performance evaluation, right? We have KPIs, like I've been mentioning over and over again, key performance indicator. Across all platforms, you want to have key performance indicator. What are the things to indicate that it is doing well? And then you have CPC, that's cost per click. If you run digital ads on digital platform, this is something you would want to familiarize yourself with, right? How much are you paying for people that are, it makes you assess the money that is being spent. Yes, you're making marketing efforts, doing strategy here and there, but don't forget that we are spending money. And you want to ensure that the money you're spending is giving you what you need to get, what you need for your business. So cost per click, if you notice that this thing is quite expensive, there are ways, for instance, on Meta, that's Facebook and Instagram, that you can always re-optimize or re-strategize your spending to ensure that you're not spending as much on all of these platforms. So cost per click will help you track your spending. Then you also have cost per acquisition as well. So if I'm getting one customer and on this particular platform, and this customer is signing up and this customer is using the app and all, how much did it cost me to get this customer? I remember one time when we were trying to evaluate, not just even on digital platform, when we were trying to evaluate the performance on direct sales agents, they were giving weekly reports of how many people they were bringing on board. We had to break it down. So if you're bringing just 10 people in a month and your salary is this, are you trying to tell me I'm paying so amounts per this person you're bringing? You'd have to find ways to measure the performance on those people as per comparing it with the amounts they are collecting per salary, right? There are different ways to do it. It's not just one. This was the way that we had to work with. And then especially if you're using a freelance agents too. If you're using freelancers or people who would want to just get free money. You want to know how much you want to put. Okay, how much can I pay a freelancer for acquisition of a customer? Right. So that's one concept you want to. Then conversion rates. Like if you remember the marketing funnel that we talked about, people are viewing your ads. You have so many number of reach, but how many of them are actually turning to customers? So you measure that. That's called conversion rate. You measure that and you assess the performance across different levels of the funnel. The same thing applies for retention rate as well. Yes, they've converted. How many of them are staying? How many of them are actively using the platform? Or how many of them are coming back to buy your product, right? So that will give you an idea of, how well your product is doing on the marketing funnel. I don't know if you have any question regarding this. This performance evaluation is quite broad, but this is just an overview and the key things that you might want to familiarize yourself with when it comes to evaluating the performance of marketing efforts. But if you have any question, contribution, please let's feel free to share. Okay, I will take that as a no. I hope we're still together. We're almost done with the session. It has been an insightful session. I've been learning from you guys, and I'm sure you guys have been learning from me as well. So, all right. So, basically, that's basically it wraps up our session for today's masterclass. We've talked about expansively. We've talked about what introduction to product marketing. We've talked about the 4 P's of marketing, understanding marketing funnel, creating go-to-market strategy, performance evaluation. But this is just an introduction, a taste of a tip of the iceberg of what product marketing is all about. It's quite broad. Like I mentioned, there's also things like pricing strategy. How do you create the right pricing for your products? What tactics to use per platform when it comes to marketing, for offline and for online. Even performance evaluation, how do you measure performance? How do you calculate all of these conversion rates, retention rates, and the likes? Third-party strategy, even influencer marketing. I remember having a conversation with someone within the marketing space. There used to be a debate about how influencer marketing, it was quite difficult to track, but now there are now ways you can track influencer marketing. You're not just giving an influencer your money, you're ensuring that that money that they, because if an influencer give you their rate card, you be like, why? Just because you have so number of followers. But there are now ways you can come about tracking conversion from an influencer, right? So it's a broad topic. It's a broad topic, right? So interestingly, we have trainings for product marketing that we've put together to go deeply into what product marketing is all about. After this session, I'll be sending out a mail to everyone. For those of us who are interested to have this product marketing training, there's a form we can fill. We have decided, for people who have decided to commit to attend this particular masterclass, we'll be giving out a special discount. You'll get it in the mail. It's a very juicy discount. We'll be giving a special discount to as many who are interested in the product marketing training to delve into it. And the good thing about this training is we're not just going to sit in the classroom and learn all of these things. There will be assessments, there will be class assignments, there will be projects as well. You would actually do practical projects to put into practice everything that you have learned. And then, a lot of things that we can learn from the class. So it's beyond just sitting down. It's a very engaging session. I would send a mail for us to register, and then we'll see this class being given to as many who have attended this masterclass. So also, one of our upcoming class is our new product development and management class. So if you want to be a product development person, right, which is like the best friend of product marketing, we have a session that's coming up this January, a physical class coming up this January, and then we have a virtual session coming up in February as well. So you can click the link in this the link in our on the flyer, or copy the link in the flyer to learn more about this class. I would also be sending this as well, so we can have a good understanding. So I don't know if it was an insightful session. I know it was an insightful session. I hope we all enjoyed it. I hope we all benefited from it. We all mentioned our expectation, and I hope our expectations were met. We can unmute. We can say what we want to say. Thank you, Mariam. Thank you, Oti. Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
So, thank you. So with that, I would have to say thank you all for coming. Thank you for joining the session. Please feel free to reach out to us. That's our phone number. That's the email address. Thank you, Shion. Thank you, Edith. Thank you, everyone. I'll be in touch with everyone. I would also share some materials that I think we can benefit from, as we aim to get better career-wise in 2024. Remember, we know we'll agree for anybody this year, so as much as we can, we'll try to help us on that journey to becoming better professionally. So thank you once again, everyone, and I hope we have a great weekend ahead. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you for the time.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Good to
Bye.
see you. Have a great weekend.
And you too. Bye. Bye.
Thank you.